I can see that bullshit from a mile away. See it. You can step my money about a mile away. Stack it. I got 3 white bitches like it's powder day. What? Mink coat with them rolls like a Sharpay. And all of my bitches says they call them Barbies. She looking back like I'm flexing, baby, no way.
Hello, welcome to the I Feel Like Rhyming podcast. I am your host, Kmac McCarthy, and we are back for the daily hip-hop news segment here. Let's get right into it. I ended last video, I got cut off because I rambled too much. Now I just cut myself off. I'm just like, Kevin, if you can't shut up, I'm gonna make you shut up. So I was talking about how Mac Miller's killer was denied bail. Well, his dealer that sold him the drugs was denied bail, and he's just got a dealing charge right now, and it's gonna be, they think they'll add a murder charge to that because he's denied bail. That probably means they will. So chances are he'll spend the rest of his life in jail. So I was just talking about how Mac Miller and the text messages that were released, he still buys drugs like me and you, just from some guy, and has to wait and has to deal with the dealer's bullshit. I'll be there in 10 minutes, which is really an hour or 2 hours. He has to deal with that just like everyone else, no matter how famous and rich he is. So the dealer, may feel powerful, he didn't sell 1 million records and all this, but I can still control Mac Miller because I'm his drug dealer. I have the power. But was it all worth it in the end? Clearly not worth it in the end. Yeah, you may feel like the man, like you have this power and control over all these addicts, but in the end you just end up in the same place with the addicts, in jail, prison, or whatever. Drug dealing's not worth it in the end. There's not many old drug dealers. You don't see many documentaries about a drug dealer just chilling in a retirement home because he's, dying of old age. The stats on drug dealers dying of old age, I'm sure, are pretty low. So, this kid was definitely a piece of shit for doing what he did, and yeah, he'll get his whole life taken away too, so, what does taking another life away really do? It doesn't bring Mac Miller back, but whatever, at least this guy will feel the same pain as Mac Miller's parents feel. Maybe his parents will feel that, I don't know. Nothing to bring Mac back, but some justice with this guy spending most of his life in prison will feel a little better to me. I've seen his orange-haired pictures and all his tattoos, thinking he's hard and everything, so he'll have a great time in jail. He'll understand what it's like to feel power and control, or being on the other side of someone powering and controlling you when he's made to be someone's girlfriend for the rest of his life, and then he'll really feel what some power and control feels like. I don't want to make light of that, but this kid is just sounds like, through the text, he just sounds like a piece of shit, and he took away a great musician's life that had such a great future ahead of him, and so much creativity, and inspired so many people. And what has that guy done? Nothing besides now take that away. So I have really no empathy or sympathy or whatever. I have none of it for him. So, frankly, if he gets raped in jail, I'm not going to lose any sleep. Maybe at least the guy will take him out for some toilet wine before the evening. Maybe, he'll at least get that. So who knows? Good luck to him. I wish you nothing but the best. Alright, but let's move on here. I was going to say, happy 1 year anniversary on Spotify to the Joe Budden podcast. And, I was listening to it, and what's with that Parks on the Board drop? He's like, it's Parks. Why do they have him saying that? I guess it's authentic in his corny voice. It sounds like me, just a white guy going, hey, it's Kmac. That would probably be my drop, so I shouldn't make fun of it. but it's just ridiculous. It's Parks. Like, it's so bad. Why'd they have him say it? Like Joe Budden said Parks on the board in the beginning of all his songs. Why didn't he just keep that as his drop? Like, you know, Nicki Minaj is on the one where, oh, Ronnie made this beat, or Ronnie, you know, the Nicki Minaj drop, and Young Metro has the future. If Young Metro doesn't know you, he gonna shoot you. There's plenty examples of rappers doing other people's drops. And Joe Budden said Parks on the board better than anyone. It just sounded good. So why wouldn't he just keep that? You know, Joe Budden saying it's Parks on the board. Why would he switch it to his corner? It's Parks. It's Parks. It sounds like a, you know, like a Saturday morning cartoon. Like, it's Mr. Rodden. I don't know. It's maybe the worst drop in all of hip hop. I shouldn't make fun of them. We're the same, probably scrawny white dudes, just trying to do our best in this hip hop world. And I respect all his opinions on the show. I like him a lot more. I'm not fans of Rory or Maul, for that matter. Neither one of them I really Rory a little more. Maul's just a little ridiculous. He just hates on everyone he doesn't absolutely love, he like hates intensely on. It's like, not everyone has the same exact musical taste as you. You know, yours isn't even that good there, buddy. Whatever. But I love the Joe Budden podcast. Definitely a big influence. You know, I try to take some of No Jumper, some of Joe Budden podcast, some of Jesus and Mero, some of Vlad. Try to influence all these things into my podcast, you know, to take all of those, what's best, build on it, and make something better in the future, hopefully. But it's going to be tough to beat the Joe Budden podcast. They opened a lot of doors for me to hopefully make it, and a lot of podcasters to be able to be paid well for what they do and monetize it and know our worth. So big ups, big shout out to the Joe Budden podcast. Happy 1 year anniversary. Let's get into the news though right from here, because this is why I don't have threesomes. You know, I mean, this is why I just don't have threesomes. It's a rule of mine, you know. It's no other reason besides that, you know. It's no other reason, you know. I get offered threesomes all the time, like, come, just have a threesome with us, you know. I invited my girlfriend over from Texas. She came all the way here. Let's go have a threesome. Come on. And I'm like, listen, I can't do it. It's going to get messy. What if I don't show enough attention to you? Then I show too much to her. And she feels beautiful, but you don't feel beautiful. And maybe I'm kissing her more. And, you know, maybe I touch her feet, but I don't touch your feet. You know, maybe I do like a leg rub, but you wanted a leg rub, and I'm only doing a leg rub to the one girl. It's just, it's too messy. There's too much going on. You know, you got to watch where your hands are. We gotta just pay attention to too many surroundings. I'm a little too lazy as it is, you know. I get tired. I cramp up easily as it is satisfying one woman. You gotta toss in two to satisfy two women. You know, I'm not an all-star. I'm just in the league. I just play in the league. I'm not on the all-star team. I might make the bench one year, but right now I'm just a solid NBA player. Not quite in that all-star cast, so I just focus on one at a time. Let's just have one, satisfy one girl really well, then I'll move on to and accept all those threesomes in the future. But Dave East accepted the threesome, and Dave East has been cited, not arrested, but he was cited for misdemeanor battery. After a show, he invited two women up to his room. They proceeded to have sex, have a threesome, and one girl felt disrespected. She wasn't being shown enough attention, and she started throwing lamps and lampshades or whatever, lamp objects that would hurt and shatter. She threw them at Dave East, and apparently he was throwing punches but didn't connect, and connected with one to like her side that hurt her, which that seems ridiculous. Like, what was Dave East just throwing wild punches like this to two girls, and he just happened to connect with one, like he couldn't connect with any others? Is that he was just going like this? I mean, obviously, if Davies wanted to throw punches, I think he'd connect with more than one, but apparently that's what she said. Davies was the aggressor, and her friend or something said that too. I don't know if that was the other woman in the threesome. So apparently there's a witness. I don't know, how the hell is there a witness to a threesome here? Like, it's not, unless they were having the threesome on the Vegas Strip, and, you know, I don't know how there's a witness, but I guess there was one. They were just having a party, and this witness walked in and saw this happening while she was eating her cheese platter or whatever, and she's like, let me go enjoy watching this threesome, and she was shocked to see they were fighting, and she said Dave East was the aggressor. It was just a he said, she said. Dave East obviously said, hey, look at me, I'm gashed open, literally bleeding. I think she threw a couple lamps at me. You might want to check that out. And so they just, I guess, couldn't decide. They called it a draw and gave them both misdemeanor battery citations. So no one got arrested. I don't know, in some states you automatically have to stay the night for that. I don't know if they had to do that, but you know, this is why. It's just like my motto, just no threesomes for me. I'm just gonna stick to twosomes, you know. It's just a rule of mine, you know, and I stick by my word. My word is my bond. I live by it, so I can't break that. It's just, you know, so don't even offer them. I know you want to, when you see me out, you want to offer those threesomes. You're like, you know, you look at me and you're like, that's a kid who can have a threesome. I get that a lot, you know, and I would be great at them. I don't doubt that, but, you know, I do control the room. I know I give off this intense confidence and just intense level of coolness, but just slow your roll. I don't do threesomes. I need to show, you know, all my attention on one woman. It's just too tough, just too lazy to do it. In all honesty, I might be. It's just too tough. I had a girlfriend who wanted to do it, but she's like, you literally can't kiss or touch this girl. You can't receive any sexual favors from her. So I'm like, wouldn't that just be, so I'm just having sex with you, and you get to have sex with a girl too? How is that any fair to me? You know, what does the guy get out of this here? I just get to, you know, I'm just having sex with you again, and you get some extra play. It's like, you know, you get whipped cream on your pie, and I just get the normal pumpkin pie with no whipped cream. That's bullshit. I want whipped cream too. Who the fuck eats pumpkin pie without whipped cream? You know, that's all I'm saying. If we're gonna have a threesome, everyone needs to participate. I can't just be having, you know, sex with my girlfriend while she gets to bang another girl. That's why I don't think you should ever have a threesome with your girlfriend. That's for sure. But, you know, if you could set up a threesome and you can handle all three people without, you know, one feeling jealous, you know, because it's bound to happen. I just imagine a threesome, like, to be the girl that's not getting, you know, having the sex, so you're just standing there, it's kind of cold, you're naked, you don't know what to do. Should I kiss him? Should I grab the titty here? Like, what should I do? Where should I touch? Where do my hands go? I just figure it is awkward because you're just standing there naked. Like, who should I show this attention to? Should I, like, hug the guy or kiss him, play with something? Or should I be all over the girl making out? It's a really tough one, I guess. Layer it up, get on top. You gotta get in there, I guess. You need someone to control the vibe. You need a vibe controller, a vibe master, a threesome commissioner or dictator, if you will. It cannot be a democracy. It has to be a dictatorship. Maybe I can't do that. Maybe I guess I wasn't a born leader then. Can't lead a threesome. No, I don't have them. That's the bottom line. Don't have them. That's the only reason. It's all for those moral reasons, and you know, all those reasons I said. Definitely not because I never get offered them, and probably will never get offered them until the day I die. It's probably not that reason, that I'll just never even have the chance or the opportunity. It will never be offered to me ever. That's not the reason. I get offered all the time. I turn them down. I choose to not have them. So, yeah. Alright, finishing out, I talked about threesomes a little longer than I expected to here today, but you know, what can I say? You gotta have priorities. You gotta decide which topic is you know, most important to you, and I made a firm decision there, and I'm happy with the results. I have no regrets. I don't take it back.